Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, Crazy Over Parties. All right guys, so I am already on a setup. This setup is for my niece. She is turning 10 and I am surprising her with a mermaid themed party. So I was hard at work 4 days before the party even started so that I could make sure everything was perfect for her. You guys know that time flies when you're having fun. And the last thing that I wanted to do for this setup was be rushing the day of the party. So here I am. I am starting out with blowing up my balloons. Those blue balloons that you see are double stuffed. For most of these balloons, I am using Tough Tex balloons. That balloon color in particular was a baby blue with a white blue on top. I am overinflating my balloons, pushing the balloon against my skin and releasing some of the air. For a double stuffed balloon, I am pulling out the second balloon, the inside balloon, and I am tying that balloon to another inside balloon together. I don't have to tie both balloons. It's kind of harder on your hands when you do that. So I'm only tying that inside balloon, that blue balloon, to each other to make my clusters. I am going to use 8 sets of balloons. So 4 sets of 2 to make 8. And I'm going to tie those balloons together and I'm going to color block this balloon garland. I had a few people ask me about the Air Force balloon pump in the comments, and I am going to do better with commenting back, or replying back rather, to all comments in the comment section. You guys be patient with me, but I promise from now on, if you leave a comment, I will reply. Like the pump. And this is what the double stuffed balloons look like when they're tied together. So I double stuff those balloons. To double stuff your balloons, you just need a stick of some sort. And you're going to push the balloon on your stick, the first one, and then put another balloon on top of the first balloon that you place to make them double stuff. It's not hard. I know some people buy special sticks or balloon sticks, whatever they want to call them, but I personally use the little s'more sticks that you use like at campfires, and I make that do for my balloons. You can get 20 for maybe $1 or $2. And guys, please make sure that you like, subscribe, share the channel with other creators, DIYers, event planners, starting or beginner balloon artists, anyone that you know that would enjoy these videos that I post. I really appreciate you guys that are subscribed and the ones that watch my videos. I really appreciate you guys, and I promise to keep the content rolling. I am a week late on this video, but from now on, I will make sure that I have 1, maybe even 2 videos posted each week. So stay tuned. If you have something that you would like to see, please let me know in the comments below, and I promise you guys that I will get it posted. Another tip for anyone that may be new to event planning, and I'm sure some of the seasoned planners will definitely agree with me, but I should have hired a photographer / videographer for this event. This room was already dark as it is, and I did not get good pictures or videos on my phone. And we have had previous parties in this room, and I had a professional photographer for them, and you can definitely tell the difference in the quality of the pictures. So if you're just starting out, I'm just going to go ahead and tell you, invest the money, spend a couple $100 and go ahead and have a photographer there to capture the event. And this was the beginning of the setup. I dropped that wall in the middle, so I had to put painter's tape to somewhat hold it together. I'm going to hide that with some props or maybe even balloons. So let's get started. So you guys see, I got my 260s and I have my hooks. Now, what I should have done for this install was to build a balloon wall and connect the wall to the backdrop. But I started it by tying my 4 sets of balloons together. I'm going to make a set of 8 balloons by tying the next together. And I'm going to repeat those steps until I have a garland large enough to go from one side to the next side of the arch. In a previous video that I did, I showed you guys a garland with only using 4 balloons and then switching the color. I prefer 8 because it makes the color stand out boldly. But if you want to see what a garland will look like with only 4 balloons and then switch the colors, I will leave that link to the previous video that I done in the description box so you guys can check it out. If you are not a fan of tying the necks of the balloons together for clear balloons, I suggest using fishing line. You will have to be very careful with the fishing line because you don't want it to pop your balloon, but that will probably be the best thing to hide the string or hide like the balloon from showing when using clear balloons. I'm going to add one more set of blue balloons to that garland so that it can go straight across and it won't be a large gap. And as you guys can see, I added that blue set of balloons and it was just enough balloons to go from the left to the right side of that arch without it having a large gap in between. Now, what I should have done was build a balloon wall here and then attach that balloon wall to the backdrop. I didn't do that. I made things complicated. I decided to build the garland piece by piece, and that was not the best way, in my opinion, to build this garland. So here I am attaching the hook to the wall, and then I'm going to tie a 260 to the hook and attach it to the balloon garland that's already in place. Once I do that, I am going to add more balloons to that balloon garland that's already there and build the wall up. I'm already starting to add my details with my 5-inch balloons at the bottom. And honestly, that should have waited till the end. I should have went ahead again and built that wall. And then wherever I had gaps, I could have filled it in at the last minute, like I do my other balloon garlands. But trial and error, you live and you learn. And I know better next time. I will be doing this balloon garland arch again. So stay tuned for that video. Now I'm going to start adding more 11-inch balloons to the backdrop. I am going to use 260s and I'm also going to tie the necks together. It was a little bit more difficult for me to tie the necks together because I already had it attached to the backdrop wall. But if I would have done it the opposite way and built it, I would have definitely just tied the necks together to get the job done faster and more efficiently. And here I am building another balloon garland that I will attach to the garland that's already on the ground. And I'm going to continue to repeat those steps until I get to the top of the backdrop and I won't have to build a garland at that point. I was having a bit of a hard time getting the necks tied together on those double stuffed balloons, so I went ahead and tied a 260 to that set of balloons that I already had. And I am going to wrap that 260 around the balloons and tie it, and then I'm going to wrap it around the new set of balloons 2 to 3 times in different places. And this is what the garland looked like thus far, and you'll see in a minute why I say I should have continued to build the garland this way. Now I'm going to just start adding individual sets to the backdrop, and you'll be able to see like more spaces in it. If I would have continued the way I was building it, you wouldn't have as many gaps. But just keep watching and comment below if you can see what I'm talking about. Let's get this garland done, guys. Another reason why I said I messed up this build, you can see that I'm manipulating this balloon garland way too much for it already to be attached to the backdrop. Me manipulating the backdrop is making the top bend. I got to fix that. Then I got to go back and fix my balloons because they're shaking because I'm bending the garland. I'm sorry, bending the backdrop. It was just too much. So my suggestion is before you even go to an install, go ahead and think about how you're going to build it, what your process needs to be. Don't go in blindsided. Just think. Have time to think. When you start rushing, or if you just like go in like, okay, let me get this done, you're going to make errors that you could have easily avoided. Okay, guys, and as you can see, I am almost done with this install. So this is part one of the build. I went back and I added some 17-inch, some 24-inch balloons to the backdrop. The top where you see the blue tape, I did have a prop there. Well, I had a cutout there to be specific. And I decided to also add some more green balloons. And to add my green balloons, instead of using a 260, I used glue dots. If you plan on using glue dots for your install, one, be very sure that before you glue your balloons down, that is where you want the balloon to be. And two, also be sure that you glue that balloon down in more than one place with more than one glue dot. You guys stay tuned. I am posting another video with all the details from this party and how cute it turned out. I will have that video dropping very soon. And until next time, you guys be safe and thank you for watching.